May this great illumination be yours, dear students, and it will be yours when the proper time comes. When it comes, do not be dismayed, and when it leaves, do not mourn its loss. It will come again. Live on, reaching ever upward toward your real self and opening up yourself to its influences. Be always willing to listen to the voice of the silence, willing always to respond to the touch of the unseen hand. In the little manual Light on the Path, you will find many things which will now perhaps seem plainer to you. Do not fear again, for you have with you always the real self, which is the spark of the divine flame, and which will be as a lamp to your feet to show you the way. Peace be unto you. Third lesson, mantram. The mantram of the month is the first verse of the Cardinal Newman's hymn, Lead, Kindly Light, which contains the deepest spiritual truth, but which is only imperfectly understood by the majority of the thousands who sing it. We trust that what we have said of spirit will help you better to comprehend the hidden beauties of this grand old hymn. Lead, kindly light, amid the encircling gloom, lead thou me on. The night is dark, and I am far from home. Lead thou me on. Keep thou my feet. I do not ask to see the distant scene, one step enough for me. Lead thou me on. The fourth lesson, the human
Do we need to pause and just discuss anything from lesson 3, since we didn't really yesterday on spirit, or are we all good to move on? I don't know if Jackie came across anything that she read. Okay. Oh wait, Jackie, you're on mute. Hold on. That's why. Here you go. You just have to. I just saw her mouth moving.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. No, I'm when I read it last night. It's good. I liked the right at the end there. I like the part of the hymn that says, "I do not need to see the distant scene. One step is enough for me." That's the way I've been feeling all the way through all these things. I'm fine. I don't need to know what I'm aiming for. You know, because I'm not aiming for it. I'm not aiming for anything. I'm just one step at a time. Just, do the best you can with each step. That's my mantras.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
like that
so yeah, I don't feel like I need to understand spirit. If the time comes when I get some kind of illumination, then I'll get it. And if I don't, I don't. That's fine with me.
I like the part that said, I love they do this often in the lessons where we're like, we don't have time to go deeper into this, but so he says right during spirit, so we would pass on, trusting that we have awakened your minds to at least a faint desire to be brought into a closer communion and contact with this, the higher part of self itself. So like they're not looking to change your mind here. They're just looking to like awaken, like just to like plant seed.
Yeah.
And then I love the paragraph we started on. May this great joy of illumination be yours, dear students, and it will be yours when the proper time comes. And when it comes, do not be dismayed. And when it leaves you, do not mourn its loss. I think that part is so important for me.
Yeah.
It will come again. Live on, reaching ever upward toward your real self and opening up yourself to its influence. Be always willing to listen to the voice of silence, willing always to respond to the touch of the unseen hand. It's so important, this work we're doing, this meditation every morning, like as much, and I'm not even at the point where I'm like, don't want to do it anymore, because I know how important it is. Like, making decisions throughout my day, not even just big ones, just like, what do I want to eat? Like I'm so in tune with myself because I'm so silent with myself this 20 minutes every morning.
Yeah.
I was even having tough decisions over the weekend, and my go-to, I grabbed my phone, I put the mantra on, and I did legs at the wall for 9 minutes and 48 sections, both on Saturday and Sunday, because the Gifts of Imperfection book I'm reading by Brene Brown, her and her sisters are having a conversation on a podcast about it. And it's like, the second you start polling everybody in your life on what you should be doing, like, should I cut my hair short? What curtain should I get? Da, da, da. That's when you're like, no, I need to go sit and be silent. So yeah, it's important that this willing to listen to the voice of silence.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're ready for the fourth lesson. Thanks, Domenica.
No problem. The human aura. In previous 3 lessons, we called your attention briefly in turn to the 7 principles of man. The subject of the constitution of man, however, is incomplete without a reference to what oculists know as the human aura. This form a most interesting part of the occult teachings, and reference to it is to be found in the occult writings and the tradition of all races. Considerable misapprehension and confusion regarding the human aura have arisen, and the truth has been obscured by various speculations and theories of some of the writers of the subject. This is not to be wondered at when we remember that the aura is visible only to those of highly developed psychic power, some possessing inferior sight, which has enabled them to see only certain of the grosser manifestations of the emanation constituting the aura, have thought and taught that what they saw was all that could be seen, while the real truth is that such people have seen but a part of the whole thing, the remainder being reversed for those of higher development. Some teachers of late years have taught that the aura was really the 7 principles of man, projecting beyond the space occupied by his physical body. But this is only true in the same sense of the light, that the light of the sun is part of the sun, the rays of the electric light a part of the light, the heat radiating from the stove, the heat contained within the stove, the odor of the flower itself. The aura is really an emanation of one or more of the 7 principles of men, radiation sent forth from the principle itself, and not, strictly speaking, a part of the principle except in the sense above referred to. Each of the 7 principles of which man is composed radiates energy which is visible to the developed psychic senses of certain of our race. This radiating energy is akin to the radiations known as the X-ray, and like them is visible to the human eye unless aided by something which the human eye does not ordinarily possess. Some of the grosser forms of the aura are visible to those possessing a comparatively undeveloped grade of psychic power, while the higher forms become visible only as the psychic faculties develop in power. There are but comparatively few in the flesh today who have ever seen the aura emanating from the 6th principle, the spiritual mind. And the aura of the 7th principle, the spirit, is visible only to those far higher in the scale than the human race as we know it. The aura emanating from the lower 5 principles is seen by us who have developed psychic power. Our clearness of vision and range of sight being determined by the particular state of development we have reached. We will try to give our students a general idea of the human aura and a hasty outline of that which pertains to it in this lesson. But it will readily be seen that the subject is one that cannot be exhausted in volume or considerable size. It is a difficult matter to condense information of this nature, but we trust to be able to convey a fairly clear impression of the subject to those of our students who will follow us closely. As we have already stated, each principle radiates energy, which combining constitutions what is known as the human aura. The aura of each principle, if the other principles be removed, would apply the same space as that filled by the aura of all or any of the other principles. In other words, the several auras of the different principles penetrate interpenetrate each other, and being of different rates of vibration do not interfere one with the other. When we speak of the aura, we mean the entire aura of the man, visible to one of the psychic sight. When we speak of the aura emanating from any particular principle, we distinctly refer to it as to the principle. The grossest form of the human aura is, of course, that emanating from the physical body. This is sometimes spoken as of the health aura, as it is a sure indication of the state of the physical health of the person from whose body it radiates. Like all other forms of the aura, it extends from the body to a distance of 2 or 3 feet, depending upon certain circumstances which need not be mentioned at this place. Like all other auras, it is oval or egg shaped. This shape, common to the several manifestations of the aura, have caused some writers to refer to it as the auric egg. The physical aura is practically colorless, or possibly almost a bluish white, resembling the color of clear water, but possessing a particular feature not possessed by the other manifestations of aura, inasmuch as the psychic vision is, it appears to be streaked by the numerous fine lines extending like stiff bristles from the body outward. In the normal health and vitality, these bristles stand out stiffly, while in cases of impaired vitality or poor health, they drop like the soft hair on an animal, and in some cases present the appearance of a ruffled coat of hair, the several hairs standing out in all directions, tangled, twisted, and curled. This phenomena is occasioned by the current of the prana energizing the body to a greater or lesser extent. The health the healthy body having the normal supply of prana, while the diseased or weak body suffers from an insufficient supply. This physical aura is seen by many having a very limited degree of psychic sight, and to whom the higher forms of the aura are visible. To the developed psychic, it is sometimes difficult to distinguish, owing to its being obscured by the colors and the higher forms of the aura, the psychic, in order to observe, being compelled to inhibit the impressions of the higher forms of the aura and to emit only the vibration of a particular form of the aura which he wishes to observe. Particles detached from the physical aura remain around the spot or place where the person has been, and a strongly developed sense found in dogs and other animals enables them to follow up the scent of a person or an animal they are tracking. The aura emanating from the second principle or astral body is, like the principle itself, of the vapor like appearance and color, having a having a resemblance to steam just before it dissolves and disappears from sight. It is difficult to distinguish when it is intermingled with the other forms of aura. But when the astral body is seen apart from the physical body, its aura may be perceived. Particularly, it is observed it if the observed is not open to the vibrations from the principles sending forth auras or various colors. Those of our readers who have ever seen an astral form or what is commonly called a ghost of high or low degree will probably remember having seen a cloudy egg shaped vapor surrounding the more distinct figure of the astral form. This faint vapor like aural cloud was the astral aura. It, of course, becomes visible to one to whom an astral form materializes. The aura of the third principle or prana is difficult to describe except to those who have seen the X-ray. It looks something like a vapory cloud of color, an appearance of the electrical spark. In fact, all manifestations of prana resemble electric light or sparks. Prana has a faint rosy tint, which it is in or near the body, but loses this hue as it gets a few inches away. Persons of psychic sight see plainly the spark like particles of prana being shaken from the fingertips of persons giving the so called magnetic treatment or making mesmeric passes. It may also be seen by many persons who make no claims of psychic sight, to whom it appears like heated air rising from the stove or from the heated ground. That is to say, a colorless something pulsating and vibrating. Should we pause here? It's almost 8. I guess we are pausing there.
Yeah, we can pause. Oh, uh-oh, we lost Jackie.
Oh no.
Let's see if she reconnects. Guess her human aura took her away. Just kidding. I know that doesn't make sense. Harry, do you have anything? Or how do you feel about this one?
Fine. I mean, yeah. I didn't have really any comment.
I remember reading this one, and the first 3 I could like grasp a little, but this one was like, whoop. But the very last paragraph, the mantra of this lesson, I was like, oh, that's why I was meant to read this lesson. So I feel like for me, rereading the 4th lesson mantra is helpful. But yeah, this lesson I didn't make very much notes on. It wasn't, because they're going to get into the colors and all the different meanings of it.
Oh, cool.
This one was creepy.
Yeah. I think it's creepy to me because it's hard to understand because it's not something I really connect with, but I think it's nice to just learn about.
I mean,
I
but
definitely connect with it. It's creepy.
I mean, I've never seen somebody's aura, but I can definitely feel it, their energy.
Yeah, so that's what the mantra is about at the end. It's like, be like, we feel other people's energy and they feel ours.
Yeah.
You can feel, like, the more you meditate, the more you can feel, right? It's like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like in Ayurveda, they do this test before we do treatment on someone where you ring a bell over someone's chakra and the bell won't ring right.
Oh my goodness.
When the chakra is messed up. I remember my teacher showing us that and I was like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
It's
well,
like
I guess because if they're
crazy.
releasing something, it messes up with the.
Well, it's like not vibrating correctly. So it's like crazy. All this stuff is crazy. Like I don't know. I had like a crazy dream the other night. I got so scared. I was like screaming for my husband in the dream, and I was actually screaming in real life for him. And he came in, he was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" It was like these three beings to the right side of the bed, like that what they're talking about, that like sort of misty egg around them. And it didn't feel like a dream. I got really scared. It almost felt like that what is it called? Like when you wake up but you don't wake up, like that sleep paralysis, which I've never gotten before. And I haven't had since. It was super creepy.
Oh my God, yeah, that's really creepy.
So like hearing that in the book, I was like, oh, I thought that was just a dream. Like maybe it was people. Always chant Maha mantra, man. It makes them go away.
Yeah, that's freaky.
Freaky, freaky, freaky. And I don't even like sleeping with him because he snores, but like I wouldn't let him leave the room after that. But like even with students, I can kind of like feel into where they're imbalanced. I don't know if you guys get that too. You can kind of like identify where the problem is. But I didn't have that when I first started meditating. It took like a lot of years of meditating, and this information starts arriving to you. It's very strange.
Well, and I think what happens too is like, oh, you're so calm, you're so zen. I can't do yoga. I'm not flexible, or this is people coming to me. They want yoga because they see how like calm I am, even though I fluctuate. But for the most part, I'm calm, or they see me this way through their own eyes, and they don't want to hear, oh, you want this? Just sit still for 20 minutes. Like, oh no, I can't do that. It's like, it's so simple.
Yeah.
And Amanda, I don't know if you're still having this, Domenica, but I think you said you were having a similar issue. But like, as I'm getting old, my knees have always been really bad, and they're getting worse. Like even just now, sitting with my legs crossed, and I was on the beach sitting like this yesterday. To get up, I looked like a crab. I was like this. I was like, I can't straighten my legs. And like, I keep wanting a magic pill to take, either Ayurvedically, or what can I do to get, like, I feel like the Tin Man. Like I just
When are you getting arthritis?
Yeah, no, there's arthritis in my knee. And at least in this one, I know.
For how long?
I really feel like my whole life, but I know I had an MRI done in 2019, and I know there's a little bit of arthritis. It's not crazy, but I just don't know what to do. And I'm like, I just need a quick fix. Like, I don't want to like have to change my whole diet or do these type of, I just want to take a pill.
Yeah, girl, I hear you, but that's not gonna work.
No, I know. I'm just like saying, people don't want to do the right things. They just want the like, oh, you're saying I have to sit still for 20 minutes. No, I'd rather take these 5 pills over here. Or, like,
So,
I'd rather do this over here,
so yesterday, we were on the phone with someone who we're close to, who's oncologist, and him, it was like a whole group discussion. And like afterwards we got off the phone because there's like blood cancer, and I was like, and he was like asking my opinion, and I was like, would you, I've mentioned in the past, but could you consider an alternative option to what like you're very fearful of that these doctors are offering to you? I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that like afterwards, but like, can you try to like go to an Ayurvedic facility before that? And he like straight up laughed at me and was like, I like know that it's probably good for me, and it'll probably change my life for the better, and it's like really, really great, and it'll probably improve my relationships and my health and all that stuff. But like, I don't know, I feel like I have cinder blocks on my feet, and I'm like not gonna do it. I was like, okay. Like, I don't know what to say then. It's like in the mind. It's in the mind for people.
Yeah, and I guess for him, he would have had to have this information before something like this came in. Now it's probably too hard for him.
No, he had it. He didn't want to do it then.
Yeah.
He didn't want to do it months ago. He was making a complaint like, oh, it's the money. But then like he was taking big trip. Oh, I don't want to travel. And he took a big trip that costs a lot of money anyway. It's like, it's the mind. And I see this so often in students where like they won't make huge strides and changes in their life until their mind is altered.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the only thing that you have to get past on your road to healing is your resistance to healing and figuring out the root cause of whatever that is. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard for me because like at one point I was like, you don't know what I know. And I was like, I just feel like it may sound ludicrous to like have to go through an entire dietary change and lifestyle change to someone who like doesn't understand why.
Yeah.
And I think that dietary change, I don't know, people are so resistant to that, to changing what
Yes.
they eat. I don't know why, but I've experienced it too when I've said to people, people will say to me, well, how did you solve your stomach problems? Well, I completely changed my diet.
Yeah.
I followed what Amanda told me to follow, and they go, oh, right, well, they're not willing to do that. Like you said, Pam, they'd rather take Pepsid or whatever else they have to take,
Rather take, yeah, their Tums every
change their diet,
Right. Yeah, we've been conditioned to think that everything should be simple and easy, but when we've spent so many years creating the imbalance, it takes a lot of effort to fix it. And if the mind is depressed or the mind is tired or the mind is exhausted or the mind is like fed up, it doesn't have the capacity to do those things. And I feel like in our culture, that's like what most people are brought to, that place of like, they're so overwhelmed. They just don't want to do anything else. They can't fathom doing it. So it's all about, altering the mind, like even getting someone to sit in meditation. You know how teacher training goes every single time. Every single time I'm like, I sit them down, I'm like, we're doing 20 minutes on the first day. And they're like, what? And like the only reason they do it is because they don't know anybody, right? They can't fight against me because they don't know me that well and they're really nervous on the first day. So they sit and they just suck up and do it. And then we keep doing it. And eventually by the end, they like meditating. But like, if like, for example, my husband, when I tried to get him to meditate, he knows me. So he felt comfortable fighting with me about it. It took years to get him into meditation practice, even though he practiced asana and yoga. It's just like, it's all about the mind,
Yeah.
getting past that mind.
Yeah, I feel like I stripped that away as a teacher. I feel like I was incorporating into the classes, but I feel like with COVID and doing it virtually, to ask people to meditate through the screen.
Yeah, they'll just shut it off.
Yeah. So, but I've been like, slowly thinking maybe I need to start bringing it back to in studio, like just a minute, 2 minutes, just
Yeah.
trick them into doing it, which is what I was slowly starting to incorporate into class because I feel like people need it more than ever right now.
Oh my gosh, so bad. So bad. And you've been meditating so much. Are you feeling ready to change some things?
Yeah. So I'm
I
definitely
can
open.
recommend some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel also like I took the silence part away. I've been relying on like chants and stuff, or sitting in different positions and stuff. So, but yeah, no, I'd be open to like more advanced, or I don't know if it's advanced or next steps, because like where do you go from here? There's always somewhere to go.
For your knee?
No, just are you talking about for meditation? Like there's always
No, I mean for your knee and for meditation. I have more
oh
advanced steps if you want them.
I thought you were talking about meditation. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
we
for
could.
my knee, I was gonna watch your other COVID thing and really, not COVID, Ayurveda video. I still need to watch that and really, really like fine tune what I want to develop in my life dietarily. And then yeah, I do want to reach out to you because, and like I'll tell myself, oh, I do all the things. I'm doing all the things. But if I think about it, I haven't walked in a few days. So after this, I'm gonna go for a walk.
Yeah, that's good for you.
Yeah, I feel like I need to get my juices flowing. But
And
I
there
do,
are oils you could put on.
yeah,
There's
I
a
don't,
lot you can do. Just call me later and we'll talk about all the things.
yeah, I need magic pill. And I don't want to go to the doctor for it. And it's obviously something I'm going to be living with forever, and it seems to just be getting worse. So I need to learn how to maintain it now, so
Yeah.
it doesn't, and it's not hurting me. I've been working out. My ankle hasn't been hurting me. I feel really good. It's just like when I'm sitting for a while and I go to get up, I feel like a 90-year-old woman.
Like it locked up.
Yeah.
I just saw a study that for knee surgeries, like most of them are actually don't make any difference. When they did a study comparing people who got the surgeries to people who didn't, and there's
no.
literally no difference.
Yeah.
Unless you like tear something, you know, but most people it's not that. So there's definitely stuff you can do.
Yeah, I need to do something.
Yeah, I have the same problems, but I do feel that walking helps my joint. It's my like all my joints. They feel like sticky. Is the
Aw.
word.
Gotta keep moving.
Yeah, I think the moving helps.
Three sun salutations, Jackie. I think you were doing that for a while with me, or yeah, that is like life changing. Like not even doing a full chaturanga, just knees, chest, chin, 3 chaturangas. I did it for the whole month of June, and then I lost it. But I've been doing other movements, so I feel okay. But I should start doing that again. Okay, well, safe travels, Jackie, and be careful. That airplane ride is going to be intense on your body. So
Yeah.
You gotta do
Yeah,
grounding
enjoy.
after and detoxing.
What's that?
It's a very vata provoking, so make sure you do your vata pacifying things when you get there.
Right. I've got my things and I've got teas packed and stuff like that
Oh,
because
good.
all my mom and dad drink is black tea and I don't drink caffeine anymore. So and the last time I went, which was a couple of years ago, I said, okay, I'll have a cup of tea when I got there. And I took a regular cup of black tea, but I hadn't been drinking caffeine since I met with you, Amanda. I had stopped drinking caffeine, and I actually felt my heart racing from one cup of tea. I was like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna have this. I'm not going to go back to this. No.
oh my God, my phone just set, oh, you guys can't really say it. It just set a Siri. I don't use Siri, but it says Siri suggestion.
Oh my gosh.
Start a timer for 20 minutes. Because my phone knows that I always set a timer.
Oh, you meditate now?
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
My phone has its own aura system that knows
Oh yeah.
it's picking up my energy, like get them into meditation already. That's
So
really
Amanda, if I just do I've got my CCFT packed with me and oil for coconut oil
So much oil,
for massage. I've just got little
warm
packages.
oil.
Is there anything else you recommend?
Like massage yourself with it for 20 minutes. Like really get in there and
Right.
This is the air outside.
yeah, some people do a massage to like reset, like a real massage, but you're not gonna be able to because you're
Not gonna be able to
quarantining.
do that, no.
Yeah, just shoot me some texts. I'll recommend some stuff.
I was thinking that too, Amanda. Remember at the beginning of COVID, we were reading a lot about like the self massage, and we were going through like the fingers,
Mm-hmm.
all the touch points. I'm like, I need to do my own massage. Maybe that's what my knee needs is a massage.
Yeah, with Mahanarayana oil on your knee.
Okay. All right, let's do. I know I'll have to write it down and look. Do you have
Just
it?
message it.
Don't
Call
worry,
me
just-
later. Call me
Okay.
later.
Yeah.
And then
All
let
right.
me know.
What?
Oh.
Amanda?
And then let me know.
Yeah, I'll share it.
Question before we move on to meditation, because I know you guys always have these mantras hidden in your pockets. Any mantra for I'm still going through that, that thing where I'm the change and still trying to tell people that this is happening and getting people some sort of like fighting this uphill battle. So any mantra that can help me get through like the strength that I need to do this.
Are you removing obstacles? You want to remove an obstacle?
Yeah, I guess that's considered yep. I would say so. It's an obstacle.
So Ganesh mantras are good for that. Om Shri
Okay.
Maha Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Maha Ganapataye Namaha. You have to write that down.
I have to, I'm looking for a pen. Okay, got it.
Okay. Om
Sri Manha
Shrimaha Ganapataye Namaha. You gotta be careful when you do these though. Like be very specific in your holding in your mind what you want
to let go.
to whatever blockages, to let go of whatever blockages are interfering with you getting that. And you have to like really submit to what the outcome ends up being because it may not happen exactly like you want it to.
Right. Yep, that's the fearful part as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good luck.
Thanks. Well, it wouldn't be worth it if it wasn't hard, right?
Yes.
All right, now we good to go. We're all good. Okay. So we'll sit up nice and tall. Take a few rounds of alternate nostril breath. First, just taking some rounds of nostril breath. Connecting with the breath, closing the eyes or keeping them open. Filling the low belly as you inhale and exhaling completely. Then bring your right hand over to the face. Close the right nostril with the thumb. Inhale through the left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. You can release the palm or continue on a few more rounds of breath if that's for you. I'm setting the timer and you'll join us when you're ready. Bringing hands to heart center. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. And I will see you tomorrow.
Namaste, Pam.
Safe travels again, Jackie.
Thank you. Thanks for reading, Domenica.
Yes, thank you.
Safe travels.
Thanks.